This company, Ritchie Brothers, actually has its own reality TV show, which many people may not know. And what I'd like to do before we call up our Kelly from Ritchie Brothers is to roll a short video on what Ritchie Brothers is all about. Can we roll the video?
This is just one of the auction yards of the world's largest heavy equipment seller, massive auction company, Ritchie Brothers.
We've got buyers from all over the world. We have people here prepared to spend $8 to $10 million.
A Canadian success story, this worldwide operation buys and sells used heavy equipment at over 350 auctions every year.
A couple years ago, we achieved gross auction proceeds of $93 million. This year, we expect to blow the doors off that record.
This is lot number one. Start and blow and go. Give me $1,000 if want $1,000. Come on, boys, blow and go.
It's a huge business built by one family, and it's growing every day.
The guy wearing a pair of blue jeans and an old dirty shirt, he's probably got more money than anybody else in this whole building.
I only wanted to go up to maybe 200,000. She ended up going for 225,000. So today I lose.
If we don't get the equipment over the ramp, we don't get the opportunity to sell it. So we don't get paid if we don't sell the equipment. Jesus Christ!
We'll drag it off. We will push it off. We will pick it off. We will carry it off. We will do whatever we have to get that piece out of there.
There's no crying over spilled milk. We just have to get the job done. End of discussion.
We'll roll with the teams that source and sell the equipment and profile every kind of heavy iron as it makes its way through the massive sales machine that is Ritchie Brothers.
Sold to 32.5.
Buyer just took 10 pipe layers in a row.
Well, we picked up approximately 35 pieces here so far for about 7.1 million.
Here we go. Sold. 165,000.
What a great story. Local Vancouver, local Canadian company as a global leader in a unique industry. I'd like to welcome Kelly Gilchrist up, Director of Systems Transformation Program at Ritchie Brothers, to share the story of their platform transformation. Kelly. Great to see you. How are you doing?
Thanks, Rich.
Excellent, excellent. That video is spectacular. I saw it yesterday for the first time, and I'm just amazed at this heavy equipment auction company. Can you tell us more about Ritchie Brothers and yourself and your role in the transformation?
Sure, Rich. Yeah, I'll start out with a little bit about the company. As everybody can see, we're in the heavy equipment auction business. Massive industry, $200 billion industry a year. Company was founded in Kelowna in the mid-50s by three brothers, Ken, Dave, and John. Dave's still around the company. He's long since retired, but he wanders in and out, still very in close contact with our customers. And as you can see, it's like a virtual petting zoo for dozers and trucks and loaders and cranes. If you have little boys or if you're a big boy, it's a fun place to visit. So that's a little bit about the company.
Okay.
And we're undertaking a transformation as a company. We recognized a couple of years ago that because of the growth that's happened consistently since the company was founded, at some point we're going to hit a wall of scalability. We're no longer going to be able to run the company the way we have for the past couple of decades.
Phenomenal. And you had a choice of platforms. Tell us what you saw and what you're currently building on, or what you've currently built on Salesforce.
Sure. We were very methodical when we looked at this problem. It was the question about how to get to the next level of growth for us, at least support that next level of growth from a back office perspective. Myself and a small team of very talented architects looked at that problem for 6 months. We analyzed all of our core business processes. The architects designed an ideal end state architecture, and then we started to think about, well, how do we build that vision? And we looked at several different potential enterprise platforms. At the end of a long, exhaustive study, Salesforce looked like far and away the most mature platform for us, the most capability. And we did a 90-day proof of concept on a platform using Traction on Demand, local provider you mentioned earlier, very talented group of individuals. And they helped us to prove out some of the uncertainty we had with the platform and make sure that it was going to do what we expected it to do. That's how we selected Salesforce.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. So what have you deployed? What's in production today?
Well, when I talk about the platform and people in this company, in the last couple of weeks, I've taken to using the analogy of a book. So if STP, Systems Transformation Program, that's the name of our program. If STP is a book, it's got 30 chapters. Each one of those chapters represents a project. We're in Chapter 2. So we've delivered so far an event planning system, and it handles a number of processes we thought to be fairly simple. Of course, as soon as you get into it, they're a little bit more complicated, but we wanted to start as easy as if possible. So what that system does is it allows us to collaborate on scheduling the auction events for the entire year. So we've got 42 auction sites around the world. They each hold between 4 and 6 auctions a year. And when you're coming up the annual schedule, you think about business cycles, you think about sectors and what they're doing. You try and you schedule your auctions as intelligently as possible. So that allows a number of people to collaborate on that, on the platform. It also allows you to schedule all the people that work in those auctions. So when you attend one of our auctions, they're well run, they're polished, there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things. They all look like they've done it forever, and they have. But it takes some thought into scheduling the roles, whether you're checking equipment in, registering customers, settling accounts, catching bids. So it's not dissimilar from any scheduling application. And then the third leg of that application is scheduling the lots themselves. During the day of the auction, we auction a piece every 40 to 60 seconds, and the auction goes all day. So it's a lot of pieces. And there's certain advantages to having those lots going in a certain sequence. You want like equipment together, you want sector equipment together. And it's also beneficial because it allows customers to understand if I'm consigning 4 cranes, I can find out that they're likely to cross the ramp around 11 o'clock. Or if I want to buy 4 dozers, I might know that all the dozers are going across. The ones I'm interested in are going across the ramp around noon.
Outstanding. And does this auction scheduling application touch all employees or just a small segment?
Yeah, this is everybody. So everybody in the company. So we're about 1,400 people. So that's 1,400 people that will at some point in their day or their week look at that application.
I'll tell you, when we created the platform, we never thought we'd have an auction scheduling program. So that's outstanding. What's next for you? What's next for Ritchie Brothers?
For Ritchie Brothers,
we're starting 2014 now. It's January. What are your next evolutions? You're in Chapter 2 today.
Right. So as a company, more growth. We've had a couple of slower growth years in the midst of economic circumstances, the global economic circumstances of the last few years. For the program itself, we are we finished the first year of a 5-year program. So we've got another 28 chapters to write here. We've got a lot more projects coming up. We've got another 8 we're going to deliver in 2014. And the next one is core to Salesforce. Really, it's our new Salesforce automation system and an electronic contract management system. So we're pretty excited about that. It goes out to the first pilot site at the end of February.
Fantastic. Outstanding. Thank you for joining us and sharing your story.
Thank you, Rich.
Appreciate it.